I like multitask. I'll be using Instagram at one time, and I'll be replying to customers at Telegram at another time, and I'll also be reading, and I'll also play with my kids, and I'll also do the household work. I'll always be multitasking. Here I'll be there. I'll be everywhere. Being in a shop surrounded by books, and that feel is different. Like being among books, and when people come and they ask you for suggestions, you can actually flex.
Have you always dreamt of doing something related to books, be it a startup or opening your own bookstore or something as simple as spending all of your time in a library? Are you afraid of the challenges that you might face? Well, I suggest you to take a chair, grab a cup of coffee or tea, and sit down because today all of your questions will be answered. Today, we will be talking to a lady who is an avid reader of books just like you and me. Her name is Aarthi Vivek, and she has done a startup related to books despite being a mother of two. I will request her to switch on the camera so that we can have a great conversation about books and the startup. Hello.
Hi,
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. Nice meeting you. How are you?
Yeah, same here. I'm great. So, my first question will be the question that I will ask anyone and everyone. What are you reading right now? What have you been enjoying lately?
Okay, right now I'm reading two books.
Okay.
So one is Angel of Death, and the other one is The Brazilian.
Okay.
And they both are like total different genres. The first one is thriller, and the next one is kind of naughty, fun, all girly things.
Okay. So, while we are at it, what are your favorite genres of reading? Like, what do you go to whenever you are in a reading slump?
Okay, for me, thriller.
Okay.
I'm a sucker for thriller.
Right. Okay.
And the next one is
Romance?
romance. The other one is
love romance.
Yes.
I love and breathe romance. Everything that I read is half of it is romance.
I can see that from your writing.
Yeah. It is all romance, and then there are something like thriller and suspense and vampires and all that supernatural stuff. Those are the two sides of me. So when was the reader born in you? When was that part born in you? Since when have you been reading?
Okay, so since a child, when I was a kid, I'm kind of a very introvert. I don't go out and play with the other kids of my age. So I'll always stay up at home and I'll watch TV or I'll be writing something. I love to write. And after that, my father and mother both are very good readers. So they have books at home. And so one day I went there and I took a book, which is in Tamil. I guess you know Tamil, right? It's a poem actually. So I started reading that and my dad thought, okay. So my father saw that and the next day he gave me a book called Arabian Nights. So that was my first book. Started reading at 4th grade. Yeah, I still remember it was on 4th grade.
So you would be about 10, right?
Like 10, 12, I guess. Don't know. So from then I started reading. I was always fascinated by books. Yeah, like I love the smell. And I love to open the book and smell it. And, it's kind of a different feel. So from then I started reading. And there's no stopping me at all.
Oh, that's lovely.
I guess that is my first book, Arabian Nights.
Yeah, I am always jealous of the people who have been readers since they were little kids, I always wish that somebody had handed me books when I was 10 or 12 because I regret the time that I did not spend reading.
I can understand actually.
Yeah. So addressing the elephant in the room, how did the startup came about? Tell us something about it.
Yeah, so that is how my reading journey started.
Yeah.
And I had a break like till my 12th standard got over. So till that I didn't study books apart from my school syllabus. And when I joined college, we had a free period called library. So we have to sit at library and have to read something. So I was like roaming inside the library, and some book I was like, I kept my eye on it, and I picked the book, and it was like a Master of the Game written by Sidney Sheldon. So that was my first real fiction. Then I started reading, and few pages were very difficult. I couldn't read because it's been very long time since I've read. So then I started reading. Then I got to know the tagline of the story, so it was very interesting, a thriller, of course. And after that, I bunked my college for straight 3 days. I stayed up at hostel, and I was reading the whole book. I completed, and then I went to the class. So books were like air to me, like a breathing process. So that is how the idea of having a library at home started. But I used to collect books and keep it in a shelf, like how you have kept behind you.
Yes.
But I had an imagination in my mind, like having a room full of books and sitting inside it and like watching it with a pride. So I had that idea on my mind. And then like after all this corona and stuffs hit up, so I couldn't read, and we cannot order books through online also. It was like very tough reading books. So then I roamed streets in Ooty looking for second-hand books, because I don't go for new books. I always prefer second-hand books. So I didn't find any one shop offered second-hand books. So it was very disappointing. And after that, I spoke with my family. We had a shop over there which was like not being used. So I discussed with my family. I told, okay, I have this idea to open a bookshop. And we discussed, and we kept on discussing for a month. And then this idea got live, and we started a bookshop. So that's how it all happened.
Wow.
I need to thank my family, because nobody support this idea, right?
Exactly.
Because it's very new. I'm the only reader in my home. I'm the only reader at my home. So I have to thank them for supporting me. And that's how it started.
That's an incredible story. What's the name of the bookstore?
The Churchill Bookshop. Churchill is the name of the road.
Okay.
Yes. Where my shop is located is the name of the road. So I thought, okay, why not keep this? So it'll be a benchmark, like it'll be easier for people to identify. So I thought, and that's how the name.
It is a beautiful journey, and it is a beautiful initiative, because I have seen on your stories how you sell the books that are, very popular and best sellings at very low prices, and you are making us read those books because they are accessible at low prices. So that's a great story and a great initiative.
That was my main idea, to offer books at a very reasonable price, so that people will start reading. Yeah.
So, even though your family supported and everything, what are the challenges as a married woman, or, financially, that you faced bringing up a startup like this?
You need to arrange some basic amount to buy book. So I started questioning with many booksellers, wholesalers actually, and then I came to know about what the main market, and what are the books which will sell easily, and what are the popular titles. I came to know about many things, because being a reader, you'll only know about the genres that you like, so you will not have the idea of other things. So after talking to many booksellers, I got a clear idea. And after that, my family helped me financially. That is how it started. And after that, I bought books for a wholesale, and then I started selling it. Main challenges were my one thing was my kids, because they were not going to school and they have to be at home and I have to be there to watch them. So it was kind of very tough and I couldn't go to the shop. But after that, when I started doing it online, I made a girl, and a girl, she used to work for me in the shop. So I'll take the orders and I'll give it to her. She'll arrange it and she'll take photographs, videos, whatever the customers request, and then she'll revert it to me. And after that, I'll send her the address and other details. She will pack and she'll send. So this is how we were working till now. The main thing is my children, and I have to look at them, and also my family, also my business. So this is how my journey started. And these are the challenges I faced. Only this thing. And other things are going smooth.
You are an incredible woman, and I really love you for doing this, talking about, there are many people who would be watching right now, many readers who would also want to do something like this. But, first of all, how do they start? And second thing is, how has this benefited you? I mean, there's this obvious mental peace that you get after doing something that you love. But in terms of money, in terms of finances, how has this benefited you?
So this startup is suitable for college students, also for housewives. And for me, I didn't focus on profit because it is a startup to make people to read. That is the motto of my shop, actually. So I wanted people to read, because I gave the books for very low cost, because if you take Twilight, it's a popular novel, and if you want to buy it in other shops or from other booksellers, it will cost like $250, but I give it for $100, so that people will buy more and read more. That was my only motto, because I wanted people to encourage reading. That's the main thing, because I love reading and I know what reading does to a mind and soul. So I want others to experience that. So I gave books for very low cost. But there are people who make profit also, and I really appreciate them. But yes, it has also given me profit, and also I have gained many people, customers who have become friends to me. And we have a Telegram group for my shop, and we have like 172 members, and all the members are like my family, and I want to mention them at this time. And the support they gave and the encouragement they give still now, it's been massive, and I love them all. So yes, you can, it is profitable, but it's the way how you use it. For me, I didn't want to make it that profitable. I wanted to do it as a service. So it's okay, like 50-50 for me. But it is a good startup. People can try doing it, and you'll have the satisfaction that you do what you love. And being in a shop surrounded by books, and that feel is different. Like being among books, and when people come and they ask you for suggestions, you can actually flex. So this one is good, that one is good. You could actually flex, and it will be showing in your face. I love doing it. So at times I go to shop and I meet people, and few tourists come, and they'll be like, wow, this is very great. How did you start this? How did this idea come? And I'll be like very delighted to answer them, because this is what I love, and explaining what I love is another thing that I love. So it's been a very wonderful journey, and I encourage all young ladies and all young men over there to do this as a business. And it's like when you follow your passion, your life will become beautiful. When your life is beautiful, and things around you will become very beautiful. So that is what I want to say.
That is so encouraging as well as inspiring. The last question that I would like to ask you is, how has reading been constant for you as a young girl, then as a working woman, and now as a mother of two? How has it been constant for you?
So when I was a college student, I will always be roaming with a book. Even if I go to office room or whatever, wherever I go, I'll be carrying the book. I get 2 minutes, I'll be reading, and I'll sit and read. So, but after getting married, it's different. It has changed a bit, and I accept that. And after kids, it has changed drastically. But still, I allocate time. Like 10 to 2 will be my reading time. I'll somehow gather things, and I'll rush to finish off all the household works, and then I'll start reading by 10 to 2. 10 to 2, I'll somehow make time to read. So every mother at my age, they used to ask me, how do you read with 2 kids? And I answer them the same answer. So I do not find time. I make time to read. That's what I say. It's all in your head how you take it. So I can't be without reading. So I somehow make time to read.
So true. Like even people like us who are, just college students, we also sometimes always complain that we do not have the time for reading, but we happily scroll social media. So it's absolutely true that you have to make time for reading because it is something we love and we should.
Yes.
Well, it was really, really nice talking to you. I'm sure that the people who are watching us, the readers who are watching us, and the people who want to do something like this, they are all encouraged and charged up to do something that they really, really love, because we can see, we can see that happiness on your face even when you are talking about it. So it must feel so good. And I hope that, you keep reading. I hope that you find great books to read, and that you always keep reading.
And I must say, it's a pleasure meeting you, and it's a pleasure talking to you. And I've always admired your writings, and that's how we got to know each other, I guess. And you keep reading and keep writing and entertain people, and also keep reading.
Thank you. It was a pleasure talking to you too. Well, that was Aarti Vivek for you. She is an inspiring lady, and I hope you also decide to follow your dreams. You also decide to do what you really love doing, and I hope you always keep reading. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions regarding the startup like this, feel free to drop in the comments and we will have them answered. Thank you for watching, and lots of love.